Rachel More. Rachel is from the National Library of South Africa. And we also have Ujala Saktur, the President of Library and Information Association of South Africa. Ladies, a very good morning to the both of you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rachel, if I may, I'm going to start with you. It feels so wrong calling you Rachel. I feel like to say Mum Rachel, especially with the beautiful attire that you're wearing. It's often drilled into our minds at a very early age that reading is key to unlocking not only the potential of the mind, but also your future. How important is this initiative?
This initiative is very important because, remember, this grant comes at a time when we want to strengthen public libraries in the country, because we feel that everyone in the country has a right to information. And this grant will enable us to be able to let even the communities in the remote areas access information.
That's what I wanted to find out from you. You're channeling the funds from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation into the appropriate areas where resources are needed. Are we looking at completely new libraries here, or are you going to refurbish ones that are already existing?
Well, the government has also, through its conditional grant, given funds in order to, refurbish libraries and build new ones. This grant is just about improving access to information. This grant is also going to give the libraries new technologies to be able to access information. It's about giving these libraries computers, e-readers, tablets, and so forth. And the grant is also going to train both the library staff and the community on using these new technologies to access information. So it is an opportunity to really also redefine the way we offer library services in the country and take advantage of technology in order to reach more people in the country.
It's so important because we are going into a technology environment, especially these days with all the different gadgets that we have. These weeks, such as this week being in a library week, you get environment week, they come and go, there's a little bit of hoo-ha, and before you know it, things are back to normal. What are the critical issues that you think should be raised at this time?
Thanks, Ayanda. I think that's a very important question that we need to address, that libraries shouldn't just be the focus within 1 week only. Libraries are critical for developing an informed nation. The fact that it's a free entity where people of all backgrounds, all creeds, etc., can have access to information, not just books, but print material, newspapers, magazine, electronic resources, etc. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful way of promoting libraries during this week. But also during this week, we want to showcase how we make a difference to communities. What is it that libraries actually do? But one of the very important things that we would also like to acknowledge during this week is that librarians have also selected the top 20 books written by South Africans and published in South Africa over the last 20 years. And this is an excellent list of books that have been selected by the librarians and users because it showcases who we are. It's an eclectic collection, and I would really urge people to visit our website and to see what are these books and ensure that they get them. The other thing that we like to highlight during this week as well is that we're a relatively young nation. And how do we develop the minds and the intellects of the children as well as the youth of this nation? To go forward as a country, we are reviewing what have we achieved over the last 20 years. But when it comes to the issue of libraries and linking it directly as a community partner, a development partner, we need to seriously address, according to the National Development Plan, what are the things that we as a sector can contribute towards early childhood development, developing youth in terms of skills, information they can glean for jobs, enhancing women's health, teenage pregnancies, so that women and young girls can get the appropriate information, etc., packaged in a way that's understandable. And you can get that at your library. So during this week, I invite people Go and visit your library. Don't be intimidated by it. It's an edifice. We have beautiful libraries, but don't be intimidated by it. And you have a right to even challenge the people working in your library. Why don't we have these? Don't burn the library. Take ownership of the library. It is there to service you. It is here to enhance your community. It's here to enhance the children of this country.
I am so glad that you touched on the aspect that we are celebrating 20 years of our democracy. And for me, access to information, access to reading material, be it online or hard copy, is a rights issue. It's about dignity. It's about improving the individual. What would you have to say around that? The fact that this is our 20th year of democracy and the critical role that information plays. It's a necessity now. I think the UN has recognized the need for information, not only the need for water and shelter, sanitation, but also the need to access information.
Yes, I think it's very important for our nation to be able to access information, especially now that we are a democratic society, because if our citizens don't access information, our democracy will be a hollow process. We believe that information deepens a democracy. We believe that information empowers the nation, and we believe that information is a right. And if information is a right, it means libraries are a right. Each community should have a library so that we ensure that our communities are informed to really function effectively in a democratic society and make decisions.
And whose responsibility is it in closing to upkeep the library? Do we pay fees to join the library, and perhaps that will maintain it? I don't know how far the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation will last in making sure that these libraries continue for years. But whose responsibility is it to financially and monetary value take care of the libraries?
Actually, it's all our responsibilities because I think libraries are funded very much through our taxes, via Treasury, etc. We're all contributing in some way. But I think at this point in time, public libraries are actively supported by government.
Yes.
However, we do get donor funding. But also I think that after 20 years, we need to be able to show as well that we are taking ownership of this. We are contributing. And I would seriously invite corporates, individuals in South Africa, that we shouldn't be dependent on foreign donors. We also need to develop a culture of philanthropy in South Africa. And how do we make this happen? And where do we invest our money? Invest it in developing the minds of this country.
I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us some enlightenment with regards to what you're doing this Library Week, National Library Week. It began on Monday, running throughout this week. Read a book, give a book, share a book with somebody. Go to your local library and take up membership there if you haven't already. We leave it there for now. Quick ad break. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Okay.
Join Love Cricket now. SMS us and we'll call you back. Meet your heroes. Kids coached by players. Get discounts. Choose gold or silver.
I'm Graham Smith. I love cricket. Do you?
SMS join to 45732.